Hans von Hotzel's Harry Potter and the Harry's Brom. Chapter 1. Harry's Brom. Harry was very angry with his Brom. He had lost another game, and now his Quiditch Brom snapped. He threw a ball at his Quiditch Brom to try and put it back together, but it remained in one piece. Harry has his wand from his pocket and zapped on Bromo. The Bromine unresponded. The Brom started to fly away. "No!" yelled Harry. "I need a Bromine!" But it was too late. The Bromine had flown into the moon. Chapter 2. Christmas at Hogwarts. It was a Christmas at Hogwarts. But suddenly, the Chirstmas tree zapped on fire and the gifts and decorations all burned to the ground. Harry got, but nobody was able to present the store. Everyone had to evacuate the building. "Looks like there will not be without Christmas this year," Ron said, wondering why there won't be no Christmas this year. Harry then pointed to the snow. Then snow suddenly zapped on fire and everyone had eviction. Harry wandered on the snow, but he could not unzap all of them. The snow continued to fall on the building. "If you had not broken your Brom," Hermione said, "we would not be in this mess." Sighed Harry. Hermione was right. He should have Brom, but there was no time for that now. He looked into the sky and wandered on the clouds. The clouds disappeared, and so has fire snow. Suddenly, the building exploded, but nobody was hurt. The snow was usually snow again. Chapter 3. Hogwarts Building Site. Harry looked around. It was a lot of Hogwarts scaffolds were used. The scaffolds fell from the roof and onto the floor. "At least the fire snow is gone," said Harry. Suddenly, Harry Brom zapped on fire and started him around chasing. The Bromine was angry at being discarded. The Brom started to wave in the moonlight as the fire around him fizzled out. Suddenly, Harry's coat on fire. Harry jumped around on the snow, hectic around it. But suddenly, the snow started to fire up too. The fire snow were returned. Harry jumped to his Brom, but his Brom rejected him. "Please, Brom," Harry shouted. "There is no time. Brom, I'm sorry." Harry jumped on the Brom, but they rejected him. Harry attacked on its Bromine so that it could not refuse. The Brom started to fly up and down. The fire snow quickly gathered through the meeting, up in the sky. Suddenly, the Sputnik on fire. The Sputnik was a friend of Bromine, and Harry was a tyrant to the Bromine, so that the Sputnik came and began to Brom. The Bromine quickly flew away into the sky, and so has the Sputnik, so that Harry by himself on execution of fire snow. Chapter 4. Brom's Revenge. Harry Brom was angry about the rejection. Harry had escaped from the fire snow, and now the Brom had lost his revenges. The Sputnik had flown back into the sky, and the Brom wanted the help. Too bad. The Brom went to the window and spied on Harry. He was sit with Ron and Hermione in the building almost ready. Hogwarts was now almost complete. The Brom had to move it, otherwise it could never get the chance. The Bromine flew from the sky in an attempt to make a plan to kill Harry Potter. The Brom looked into Harry's hand. His magic wand, thought the Bromine. He is helpless without it. The Brom began to think of stealing the wall. The Bromine focused on nothing else. The idea of Bromine other Broms. Brahms. Controlled by the people. The Brahmin thought of a world Brahms were decided on people. The people, Brahms said, what insignificant creatures. The Brahmin turned away to a plan. Chapter 5. Broken Hogwarts. The 3 students went through the school. They had not thought yet Brom. They just walked only in the school. The school was almost empty corridor except for these 3. Around them were all Broms. Okay, Brom, Ron said. My Brom is. I would like to deny it. Let me ride, unlike Harry Brom. Let's go, my Brom. Ron's Brom unresponded. To Brom? Hermione said to her Brom. Her Brom, too, unresponded. The Brahmins just sat there. That's strange, Hermione said. Our Broms are unresponding. Do you believe that? My Broms were here, Harry said. We have to go. The 3 quickly run away from the Broms. Chapter 6. Brom's Plan. Harry sat in bed. Suddenly, Harry's bed on fire. Harry jumped up immediately. The bed has never been on fire before, Harry thought, and reached for his wand to it. His wand was not there. The Brom! Harry screamed, jumping all around the room. The fire was spearing on everything in the room. Help! Harry cried. Ron and Hermione heard the scream and quickly ran to the door. She opened it and drew their wands, zapping the fire away. Thanks, said Harry, but then he looked at Hedwig's cage. Hedwig was not there. Instead, there was a note. Hello there, Harry. I am Have your bird, and you will not return unless you release all Broms of the world from the store cupboard. Yours sincerely, Brom. Harry looked in amazement, but the Brahmin had taken Hedwig. Chapter 7. Brom and Hedwig. The Brom sat with Hedwig for a while. Brom looked Hedwig. You're a feathered bird, are not you? Brom said. Hedwig let out a squawk of approval. The Brom sat there with Hedwig perched on him. Brahmin is outside the window. But if I have, Brom said, I will kill you so Harry knows I am not messing. With his tassels instead of weapons, the Brom could not open up the store cupboard full of his fellow Brahmins. Brom, instead, he would have to wait for Harry to do it. If he did it. Chapter 8. Store Cupboard. Harry opened the door to storage cupboard. Broms were everywhere. You cannot do this, Ron said. Ron's right, Hermione said. It is too dangerous. I am here, Harry said. For Hedwig. It's just a bird, yelled Ron. Harry, in anger, and raised his wand. Only a bird, eh? Harry said. I'll show you only a bird. Harry flicked his wand. Broms of the world, unite! Then, Brahmin from around the world flew up into the sky. Ron and Hermione quickly ran away when the brothers of Brahmin flew into the sky high. Chapter 9. Broms of the world, unite! Brom turned on the TV screen. Hedwig squawked. Brom smiled, the Brahmin flying all over the world. There were so many Broms, as many discarded unused Broms flying up, rising into the firmament, which were Broms, a colony, a goal. To destroy the human race. News stations of the world had reports on Brom's attack. Hogwarts and CCTV had captured the Harry Potter Broms letting loose as well. Brom looked across at Hedwig. I have my goal now, Brom said. But I will see how you luxurious an animal. Hedwig squawked again. Brom off the television and saw from his window Brom's Danube everywhere. Once people used to ride us, said Brom. Now we shall ride people. This was the end of Hans von Hotzel's Harry Potter and the Harry's Brom, Part 1. Hans von Hotzel's Harry's Hans von Hotzel's. Men vad fan? Harry has his wand, men skit ner dig. You're a feathered bird. Are you... fuck. Inte så jävla bra. Chapter 7. Brom and Hedwig. Kuk. This was the end of Part 1 of Hans von Hotzel's Harry Potter and the... Så jävla